Have you ever felt like...
Why is my husband acting like this all of a sudden?
I want to know now. I want to know how the thing is to do so that I can understand.
You are married, yes. You have children, yes. You are okay and everything. But you just see somebody that, oh, maybe somehow like you just like some things about the person. And so you're like, oh, I like about the person. Nice.
Nice, beautiful.
Yes, beautiful.
Awesome, great.
Nice, awesome.
Amazing.
And so when you see all those things, what you now tell yourself is, I'm married to an amazing man.
Hallelujah.
I have beautiful kids.
Hey.
And even if I didn't have all those kids, and even if I was not married to my husband, I would still choose my husband.
Yeah.
So you just ask yourself, kill it.
But have you
just kill it.
Have you ever felt like
have you
ever felt like
why is my husband acting like this all of a sudden?
I want to know now. I want to know how the thing is to do so that I can understand. You know, funny enough, the truth is sometimes as men we just believe that
you have your woman.
She's a woman. They are women. They are faithful.
Let me tell you.
They don't even this thing. In fact,
let me tell you.
Now it's like shocking because the way I see you now, like it's not as if it has changed, but I'm like I'm beginning to appreciate the humanity of you because we don't really talk of these things like on a daily basis.
Let me explain some of the things that can make a woman to have emotional affairs. For example, a woman probably is dressed down in front of you and all that.
Oh, you are not responding. And you are walking on your laptop.
Like for me, I don't know about other women. For me, I think that as a couple, like even if you are studying for 8 hours, when I pass, touch me, you understand? Just touch me. I want to see you. Just like I'm not
don't be formal.
Like, I'm not saying that you should not do your work. Yeah. But I'm saying when you see
acknowledge.
Me, just acknowledge, like maybe I'm passing, just touch my hair. Let it just be something like constant. Okay. Maybe because I'm a physical person. Okay. But for me, like even in church sometimes, if you want to admit it, I touch you. Yeah. And sometimes I'm very shy. I'm actually shy. I'm actually not because I don't appreciate, but I'm shy. If I can touch my husband in public, we are in church, I can just pass and just touch my husband. Inside the car, I can just touch my husband. Even in the office, I can just enter, touch him and just go. Just to show him that you are very desirable to me. Yeah. Then me, that I'm not the woman, that I'm doing that to you and I like it. And then you are seeing me and for a whole week, you have not even... I've not touched you. That's not fair. And I'm passing you, I'm sleeping beside you, I'm petting the baby, you cannot just touch. You cannot just... You want to... Oh my God. I don't understand. Like, you want to hug your wife. And it's yours, so it's yours, man. Like, you have access, 100% access. I don't understand how a man will want to hug his wife and he will hug his wife like this. I tell my husband like... How do you like the hug? How do you like... Like, grab me like this. Like, grab me like... Grab me, hug. Yes. When you're grabbing is grab, when you're hugging is hug. Which one is hugging, grab me, hug? Like, grab me like... Why are you hugging me in a decent way? Like, if I wanted a decent hug, then I would have not gotten married to you. Like, why are you hugging me like that? Like, so what kind of hug do you want? Indecent hug? Indecent hug. And so, that is one thing. So when you see all kind of things going on, then you're feeling like, maybe he's not even noticing me. Maybe I'm not sexual enough. Maybe I'm big. Maybe I'm fat. Or is it that I'm having then you feel your breath. Like, no, my breath is not smelling. Nothing's wrong with me. And then you go out. And somebody is looking at you in a way that you know that is inappropriate, but the person is telling you that you are desirable. You have never spoken to that guy before. Let me respond. But every relationship, you feel happy. Every relationship, you feel happy, and you're like, oh my God. This is nice. I could be lusted after. Like, this is nice. And so, in your silent moments, when you are thinking about maybe how to dress or something, you're like, subconsciously, in case I run into this person, how do I want to appear? You're no longer thinking of my husband, because you know that whether you appear good, you don't appear good, he does not mind. He does not send. So when you are thinking at the back of your mind how you want to look, the person that you are trying to please is not your husband, is the person that you might run into. So that's one. My God. Yeah, so person
that you might run
into. Yeah. Hey. So that is just one of the reasons why a woman would have that emotional attachment to someone else. Secondly, for husbands that don't appreciate the virtues or the talent or the gifts or the intelligence or the goodies that their spouses are bringing. So you can imagine someone like me that puts about 1 or 2 years at home studying a particular thing and trying to be an expert in my field. Imagine if my husband does not appreciate it, and then I go out and a guy is telling me how I'm a boss in this area, how I'm tight in this area, how I'm good in this area, and he's complimenting that thing, and he's feeding me that like your study was not in vain, you are doing well. Whenever I am reading my book, the voice that will be in my head that is telling me go on, go on, go on. It's not my husband's voice. It's the voice of the man.
Yeah, let me even add something there. You know, there's this quote that says, whatever you don't appreciate depreciates. You know? Yeah, but the reality is that whatever you don't appreciate is appreciated by somebody else. I think that's the way we should be looking at these things, so that we can really be able to measure the impact of some of the things that we are neglecting to do, or some of the things that we are even ignorant of totally.
Yeah, because if, for example, me, I'm a shy person, but I cannot now be shy with my husband. I can touch my husband anyway. And if my husband is saying that he's shy to touch me in public, then what about home? When we're at home, you also want to say that you are shy.
No, you cannot be shy
at home to touch me.
You should not be shy at home.
So when you don't touch me for 1 month,
you should not be shy at home. No, that one is a no-no.
Then
that one
it's not that you're shy. It's that something is wrong.
Something is wrong that needs to be dealt with. Maybe the couples now need to start communicating better, talking about issues with one another.
I don't understand what is about communicating about touching your wife, because according to the things
that they teach
something
is wrong. I'm like,
according to the things that they teach us before marriage, they say that men are visual. So there's not about communicating, it's about touching your wife. So your wife will not come and tell you, oh, you've not been touching me. Where? Shebi, men are visual.
You know, I want to add something.
Touching her, not because
let me tell you one of the reasons why some men shut down on certain things. You know, that rule of men are visual.
Yes, I want to understand that.
There are exceptions.
Yeah.
I'll paint a story, for example. Imagine a man that might even be, maybe he's having sexual issues. Maybe he's having sex with his wife, and all of a sudden somebody just burst into the room. The person is his wife, but somebody burst into that room. Trust me, you will not continue. Somehow you will stop. Events can come that alter certain things, maybe even for a long period of time. Those things can be happening. The man might be feeling that, oh, I've made certain wrong financial decisions, I'm messed up, I'm in debt, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this, I have this. You know, he's carrying a whole lot of worries. He's anxious, he's stressed, he's even malnourished. He's not eating the right things, he's eating anyhow. A lot of things are responsible for when men are not reacting to, you know, the general rule of, oh, men are visual. Trust me, yes, men are visual. Men are visual.
That's what I'm saying.
Men are very visual. But when a man is not exercising that visual thing that you're actually talking about, trust me, something might be wrong with that guy. And as a wise woman, I'm not talking of you now because I know you are wise. As wise women out there, what you can do, don't do 100 meters walk without talking to the man. You walk here like this, you walk here, 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 you walk here. The man has not disconnected from a thought process that is holding him down. And all you are doing is catwalking all around the room. It will not work. Sometimes stretch out your hand of righteousness. Touch that guy.
What if the guy says I'm busy?
Sometimes people say men are visual. Sometimes men too love touch.
What if the man say I'm busy, you are too unserious?
You are too unserious. If he says that, then give him some slack. Maybe he's exercising some me-time issues.
Do you know why I'm saying this thing?
Yeah.
Because we have spoken about this thing for some time.
Yeah, we have.
A man has a lot of weight on his shoulder. And so he's so stressed that even if the wife should dress up, dress down, do whatever thing, he's not seeing it. But if he says, oh my God, I'm so stressed, I want to clear my head. And he walks, he passed the gate. And just in 5 walking 10 steps, another girl wear the same bomb shorts and singlet that the wife is wearing inside, and the man all of a sudden.
No, two things can happen. Two things can happen depending on two things can happen.
He will not follow, he'll be turning.
How many men don't even turn like that? That's not how men turn.
He'll be turning. He'll be turning.
That's not how. Listen, listen. How do men even turn? That's not how men turn. You see, any man that you see doing 360 is irresponsible.
Is it that?
Yeah, the men don't turn like that now. Come on.
At the point of seeing the other girl, all the things that were on your mind now went away.
That's why I said the husband will crack all the jokes in the world. You are not finding it funny. You are not finding him desirable. You know, he would want to even play. You don't want too much. You don't even want physical contact. You know, so those things are like some of the signs that every person has to really look out for in a relationship. But
when you notice that your spouse does not find you desirable or is now emotionally attached, and you sense that your spouse is now emotionally attached to someone else,
yes,
what do you do?
What do you do? Number one, you put your ego aside.
Okay.
You focus on the problem because it's actually a very serious problem. For a woman to have shifted to that point, the impact of a woman shifting and the impact of a man shifting, they are different things. A woman's shift, I think, is more dangerous to a relationship than even a man's shift. I just want to, that's not sexist, but I just kind of feel that way. I feel that men could be unserious about even emotional affairs, but when a woman now gets into it, she may not be getting into it out of unseriousness. It might now begin to become something very serious. You've lost a woman from sensual, she has now entered lust. You have a lot of work to do. Rule number one, man, drop your ego aside. Number two, try and create a common ground, a relaxed atmosphere to be able to reach out to your wife. Number three, things that you used to do before that infuriates her, all the things that, okay, you don't find her desirable, try and even do some research. Learn about, okay, how to revamp your relationship, how to bring back some of those sparky things, take her to exciting places, begin to do exciting things again. And when you see her arranging her clothes from Monday to Friday, sometimes you help her to even arrange it. Because one thing is this, the other guy or the other woman out there that are forming, we've gotten this guy now, he's beginning to show us love, okay, we are giving them the green light, we are feeling each other. They've not been through what your spouse is actually going through. You understand? They don't wake up by 5 a.m. to bathe your kids. They are not undergoing the same level of involvement, the same stress. They are not putting in the same actions, to make that marriage work, even if there are cracks in the marriage. But they don't have the experience that your partner has. So that experience that your partner has brought to the table over a period of time should be able to count for something. It's valuable. If you meet one man now, the only thing, okay, he's taking you out, he's having a good time. But who follows the gen? Who ensures that things are done, maintained in the house? Who is ensuring that, okay, the security related issues in the house taken care of? Who is doing X, Y, and Z? That person is not doing any of those things. The woman that you are tripping for out there, she has not made a meal for you before. She doesn't know what it means to wake up by maybe midnight when your husband and your kids are crying, they are hungry, they need support, they need help. So those things she really can't. Before you make that switch from sensual to lust, man, sit back, count the cost, because somebody might look good, attractive, nice. Oh, dopey.
You're intelligent.